Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Phil and I'm a retired solo traveler. I recently spent a month in Australia and this is the third part of that series of videos. Enjoy! Good morning. I left Melbourne a few hours ago on my way to Kosciusko National Park. This is Lake Hume. It's so cool, all these trees growing out of it. They must have flooded a forest or something. I'll have to find out. The whole lake looks like this. This is just a little part of it. I'm at Scammell Lookout. This is Kosciusko National Park. And these are the snowy mountains, although they're not snowy right now because it's the summer. And this is the beautiful Lake Jindabyne here in Kosciusko National Park. Here's some more of Lake Jindabyne. There are about 1 million seagulls here, as you can see over there. It's a shot of all the seagulls. They don't sound like the seagulls in the US. This is the view I get from my campsite tonight. Pretty awesome. There's the campsite down there. Just a short walk up the hill. And we got this 360-degree view here of the snowy mountains. Very nice. I guess the sheep are afraid of me because they're all running away. It's so funny because there's like 100 of them and one of me. They could easily kill me if they wanted to. There's some more over there. Sun's coming up. Good morning. Today I'm in Thredbo Village. I'm going to take the chairlift up to as high as I can and then walk the rest of the way up to the top of Mount Kosciusko, which is the highest peak in Australia. Not all that high, but still it's the highest peak in Australia. So they said it's 13 kilometers round trip, which is about 7 miles. Heading on up. Nice view from here. Now let's head to the top. 6 kilometers to the top. This whole hike's on this like grate. It's different. I love these rock formations too. That one looks like Stonehenge, sort of. That's Mount Kosciusko right there. Has a height of 2,228 meters. I'll get there eventually. The view here is really good, especially that way. Made it. Highest point in Australia. It was an all uphill hike to get here, but it was not steep at all. Very circuitous. Just kind of long. 4 miles each way.
Where do you have to have it from, the photo? The back photo?
It is really beautiful up here. Kind of desert-like. Got a perfect day for it though. I mean, it could be a little clearer, but no clouds. Awesome. The woman at the campground said that this Dead Horse Gap and Thredbo River walking track is a good hike. It's about 6 miles, but it's almost all downhill, so I'm gonna give it a shot, even though I already hiked 8 miles. Only live once. At ski lifts where I came up, and they said this is mostly downhill, but it keeps going up. I'm assuming it's going to go down pretty soon. Alright, I think I reached the top of this trail. Should be mostly downhill from here. This does have really good views. That looks like a castle right there. This is the Threadbow River. A little low right now because it's been dry. Little waterfall on the Threadbow River. Very nice. Well, they were right. This hike was mostly downhill, but I didn't think it was that great. There was a nice view at the top, but then after that, basically walking through burnt forest, and then once you get on the river walk, you cross the river about 3 times, and that's about it. I would have been better off just taking the chairlift back down and finding something else, but now I know. Am I glad I did it? Yes. Would I do it again? No. Beautiful moon. It's 6:30 a.m. The moon was really bright last night. Good morning. Today I'm in the city of Canberra, which is the capital of Australia. Just learned some amazing history about this place. It was actually specifically designed to be the capital of Australia. They had a bunch of city planners submit designs from all over the world, and they picked the best one and then designed the city around it. I'm at the Mount Ainslie Lookout. This is the classic view of Canberra. That's the House of Parliament right in front of us. You can see the fountain, the mountains behind us. It's a pretty small city. It's only about 250,000 people, but it is beautiful. That is Telstra Tower in front of us. It's a communications tower. You used to be able to go up in it. You used to have a revolving restaurant, but apparently since COVID, that's all been closed down. They have flags for every country in the world here, starting with A down there and ending with Z down there. They said it's the only display like this in the Southern Hemisphere. Heading into the National Museum of Australia. Very interesting looking building. Well, that was a really interesting museum in a very cool building. I mean, it's got this cool mirror thing over here. Very interesting, and it was free, so you can't beat that. It is a little depressing though. It talks about how climate change is destroying Australia basically. But other than that, very interesting. This path right here is really cool. Got big humps in it and then loops over. You're only allowed to walk on it though, no skateboards, no bikes. Bummer. It's so cool. Looks like some people taking bikes on here though. I think they're kidding themselves when they think they're going to put something like this here and expect people not to bring bikes and skateboards up there. It's just too tempting. So this is the Houses of Parliament. What a cool looking building. It opened in 1988, and this is the inside. Lots of columns. Interesting fountain, like an infinity pool. This is the roof of the Parliament building. An Australian flag up there, they said is the size of a double-decker bus.
Protest. Do you know what it is?
You can see all of Canberra from here. That is the Australian War Memorial, way at the back there, in front of Mount Ainslie, where I was yesterday. So I was on Mount Ainslie yesterday looking down this way, and now I'm looking back at Mount Ainslie. So Canberra was a very nice city. It's a place I could live. Beautiful small city, mountains right there. Weather was beautiful when I was there, but it's kind of far away from the US. So now I drove to my Airbnb in Sydney. It's actually cheaper to stay in an Airbnb than it was to stay in a holiday park. The Airbnb was like 40 bucks a night, and the holiday park was like $100 a night, which makes no sense. But anyway, tonight I get to sleep in a real bed with real bathrooms. So I took the train into Sydney, which was probably smart because Taylor Swift is playing here tonight, so the traffic's going to be terrible. So there is Sydney Harbour Bridge. I'll try walking across it, see if I'm allowed. Can't believe I'm actually here. There's the iconic Sydney Opera House. I'm walking across the Harbour Bridge. How amazing is this? That cruise ship right there is the Queen Mary 2. Cool buildings here. I think that AMP building is really cool. And then this one over here too. This area here underneath the Harbour Bridge is called the Rocks. It's a very artsy area. Having a pint in Sydney's oldest pub, Fortune of War Hotel, 1828. It opened right there. Good morning. Last night I spent a lot of time at that brew pub, the Endeavour tap room, because I met this guy, Tim, who's an Australian guy. We were talking for a couple of hours, so I had a few pints, and it was a lot of fun. And then I was starving after that, so I ended up just going to a noodle place and having noodles for dinner. And now it's morning, and I'm in the Blue Mountains, which is about an hour and a half from Sydney. And I want to do the Grand Canyon track, but the weather is not good. It's drizzling rain and cloudy. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to see, but I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. Even with all the clouds, this is still an incredible view. This is the Valley View Lookout here in Blue Mountains National Park. This is not much farther down than Valley View. So far this hike has been all stairs. This is really cool in here. This is a really cool hike so far. Surrounded by these high walls. It's been like this for a little while. Cool little waterfall in between the rocks. That orange thing is great, but it's hard to see with the ripples. Here's a little dribbly waterfall. It's not wide, but it is high. I gotta say, this hike is amazing. There's another little waterfall and a little cave. A couple more little crayfish in there. How far down this goes? I can't even see the bottom. Another little waterfall. At least you think it's little. So you see, but it goes all the way down there. And that is so cool, that rock formation right there. Look, that's amazing. Waterfall Central right here. This is the biggest waterfall I've seen here yet in terms of volume. I guess there's no way to get under here without getting wet. Let's try. Not too bad. Well, that was an amazing hike. I'm so glad I did it. There's a lot of stairs going down, a lot of stairs coming back up. I went clockwise. I think that was a better way to go because there was less stairs on the way back up, but it's still, either way, a lot of stairs. But it was an amazing hike, especially when you get down into the canyon. Just so beautiful. So many cool natural features, so many cool rock formations, and just awesome. Loved it. This is supposed to be the view from here, and this is the actual view. Not the best day to be here. This is the Prince's Rock overlook. It's actually a cool overlook. If you could see. So I'm back in the Rocks area doing a pub tour tonight. 5 different pubs. So I'm not driving. Took the train. So it'll be a lot of fun. The meat on this pizza is half kangaroo on this side, emu on this side. Ought to be interesting. The kangaroo side's really good. Emu side's also very good. Not as good as the kangaroo side.
And this is all protected now. Yes, it is. We're still talking.
It's tile. It's very cool. There's the Harbor Bridge again.
The shoreline was finest, deepest, sheltered harbour, bluest water.
Well, that was a really fun tour. Learned a lot about Australia and about Sydney, and got to have a few pints along the way. Learned about the pubs that we went to. Couldn't take a lot of video in the pubs because I was with a lot of people. It was a great tour. I highly recommend it. I'll put the link down below if you are interested in it. If you like beer especially. Although there were people drinking wine and stuff too, but really more of a beer person thing. These birds are Australian white ibis. They call them bin chickens because they look to eat with trash. Taking a bike tour of Sydney this morning. This is my bike. This is Observatory Hill with an excellent view. And then there's more buildings back here. That big tree right there is a fig tree. Ferry to Manly Island because I was told that this was a cool thing to do, so that's what I'm doing. So this is Manly Beach here on Manly Island. Makes me feel so manly. There's the wharf where we came in. I misspoke before. This is the main Manly Beach. Watch out for those freak waves. There's another beach here. People snorkeling. Beautiful outcropping over there. They told me there's a lookout up there, so I'm gonna go check that out. that rock outcropping that I just showed you before, now standing on top of it. It's about a 10-minute walk to get up here. Got even higher, another 10 minutes or so. This is as far as I'm going. Drying his wings. I find this sign quite comical, but I understand why they have to put it there. There are some things in life where you just can't believe you're actually there, because you never thought you'd actually be there. And for me, this is one of them. Well, I got to go inside of the public areas, but couldn't see too much because there's two things going on tonight. La Traviata opera and some woman, Simone something, performing Mahler. I didn't really pay too much attention. But it was cool to see the inside. I'd like to actually go to a performance here someday, but maybe next time. The sun is setting over Sydney. How cool is that? Taking this from the Opera House. There's the Opera House. The Opera House actually has three parts to it. This is a restaurant, and this is one of the performing arts centers, and then this is the other performing arts center. So there's two theaters in here and a restaurant. Good morning. Today I am at the world famous Bondi Beach. Gonna try and walk around here a little bit, see what there is to see. There's already 1 million people here and it's only 7:30 a.m. so it must be a very popular place. This is Bondi Beach. A lot of surfers. Doing the coastal walk here from Bondi Beach to Coogee Beach. I don't think I'm going to make it all the way there because I have an 8-hour drive to get to Byron Bay tonight. So I'm going to go as far as I can and then turn back. That is Bronte Beach over there, and this is an ocean pool. There's a bunch of these around. Basically like a pool filled with ocean water. Wow, what a view. Brilliant view. Somebody lives right there. They get this view all the time. Must be nice. That is one big cemetery. Well, that was awesome. Definitely glad I did that. Want to come back and do the whole thing next time. Definitely have to come back to the Sydney area. It's so amazing. So much to see. I feel like I barely scratched the surface. So now I've got an 8-hour drive up to Byron Bay. So this will probably be all I'm doing today. That's interesting, unless I see something interesting on the way. So see you tomorrow.